Hey, Drive Coaching followers, this is Sean Kelley with Drive Coaching. So I'm making the video because I work with, as you know, I work with dealers across the country, and sometimes as an executive coach and a people developer, sometimes you start seeing patterns and the same topics come up over and over and over. And when that happens, I like to try to make a video or create some content to help the vast majority of people out. So the content that I want to roll out today has to do with metrics. All right. I know that, I know we're always looking for that pie in the sky number. As a manager or as a sales leader or as an executive of a company, we're always looking for that pie in the sky metric to say, this is the benchmark. This is the number that my team needs to be operating on. This is the percentage. This should be the goal we need to be shooting for. I'm all about goals, and I'm all about shooting for specific, excellence, going for the goal. I'm all about that. Okay. But instead of putting some pie in the sky number, trying to measure yourself against other dealers or other companies where they have different markets, different demographics, different leadership, different culture, different processes, to say that your numbers are going to be the same as someone else's, and even if they were the same as this other pie in the sky number, it doesn't matter, because that won't necessarily equate to the same sales or the same success or the same customer satisfaction, whatever it may be. So instead of a pie in the sky number that isn't relevant to you, why don't we just take the metrics that you have, okay? Take the metrics you have, find the greatest opportunity that if we improve this specific metric and we follow up and we create an action plan, that it ultimately achieves the results you want, right? So the question I pose to you is, when it comes to a specific metric, instead of trying to get to a certain number, right? What if we just improve it month after month after month, or week after week after week? What happens in 3 or 4 months? Where is that metric? What if you improve that one metric or that one individual or that sales team or whatever it is? What if we improve that by 3% every week for the next 3 months, right? Baby steps, right? A bunch of small victories. A bunch of small victories lead to ultimately success. So that's what I want you guys to start looking at metrics differently. And even if you're like, and here's another thing that comes up when it comes to metrics, coaching on CRM metrics or anything like that. It's kind of crazy. What I found is that leaders and managers are often saying the metrics aren't accurate, so I can't use them. I can't help my people improve because the metrics, the data, that it's not accurate enough. Again, yes, the metrics could be off by 10% or 20%. But does it really matter? It's still a baseline. And at the end of the day, if you can still improve that metric, you can ultimately impact your results. I had a sales management team and salespeople saying, well, those metrics may not be that accurate. I said, okay, well, let's pretend they're not. Okay, let's just try to make them better by working on the activities and the behaviors and saying the things that will impact those metrics. So just by doing that over time, the metrics improved. Are they still off by 20% like they were last month? Probably so. Right? They're still off by 20%, but we still had a 15% increase. Talk about a 15% increase on sales on 1,000 deals. That's huge, right? So bottom line, guys, is when it comes to metrics, again, number one, don't have that pie in the sky number that isn't relevant for you or your dealership or your business or your sales team, okay? Just try to take where you're at now and make it better next week than it was this week. How you do that requires some coaching, obviously, and things like that. Second off, don't use that the metrics aren't accurate as an excuse to not try to improve your people or improve key metrics. That's not a good reason to not leverage the data you have to improve. So that's the Drive Coaching tip of the day. Look forward to working with you guys. Shout at me if you agree, disagree, comment on this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you later.